10 live wires will be given a unique opportunity to share their creativity with the world and become the next top live wire. I'm your host, Heather Boyd Wire, and this is Live Wires for the Win. 8 weeks of wire art challenges will count down to one winner of the grand prize, a collaboration video on my YouTube channel, a $100 gift certificate for my Etsy shop, and $500 worth of wire and tools from Beadalon. This is an elimination series with a twist. Viewers will be able to participate in the weekly challenges, share photos of their work, and win great prizes. Your judges will be wire artist Heather Boyd, multimedia artist and author Patricia Srigley, and a weekly mystery judge. Let's meet this week's live wires. Tim, Peggy, Amber. Hey everybody, welcome to the finale, episode 8 of Live Wires for the Win. What an exciting journey it's been. This week, as always, we have our judge, Patricia Srigley. Welcome back, Patricia. And for the finale, we have a super special guest judge, Wyatt White from Beadalon. Welcome, Wyatt.
Thank you very much. Hi, everybody. Very excited for this.
I'm so happy you're here. So I'm going to give a little blurb about Wyatt for those of you who do not know Wyatt. Wyatt is the Education Director and Product Manager at Beadalon. He's an author, a jewelry designer, and the inventor of the patented banding pliers, with also some patents pending on other products. I love the little blurb on the Beadalon site, Wyatt, that says that you love finding innovative ways of helping people to make jewelry easier and more efficiently. I think that sums up your mentality of teaching and sharing and creating and inventing very nicely. That's so welcome, Wyatt.
Thank you very much. I love that that I'm able to do things like this, and I was really fortunate to meet you and find out just what a wonderful person you are. Number one, an amazing wire wrapper.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And I've actually been wanting to connect with Beadalon for years. And when you guys finally reached out to me, I was just so thrilled. And I already use your products, the jigs, the tools. And so for me to be able to collaborate and promote the brand, it's my pleasure. And then last week, I had the pleasure of being on the Beadalon Designer Challenge, which was super fun. So it's like these weekly challenges, but on steroids. So we had 1 hour to create a piece of wire art or jewelry with a mystery box of supplies. And that was super fun. I love that. Yeah, it's cool to be in the hot seat for a change.
Yeah, it is. I've participated in a couple of challenges before, and it's a little tough, but it really pushes you, and I like that.
Yes. Yeah, and it's super fun. Yeah, absolutely. So Wyatt, is there anything you'd like to tell us about Beadalon?
Sure. Beadalon's a company that's been around for a very long time, and we manufacture various types of stringing wires, as well as some other products in other industries. I've been with Beadalon for just over 18 years now. It's hard to believe. Very long time. I've been in the jewelry business for even longer than that, but we'll just keep that one secret.
Nice.
Actually, I'm really proud that it'll be 40 years next year.
Wow.
That I've been in the jewelry business. So amazing. It's wonderful. And I came to Beadalon about 18 years and 2 months ago. And, it was a perfect fit at the time. Nice. Beadalon was looking for somebody to head up findings and, some other and importing more things. And so we happened upon one another, and I had known about them because in a prior life, I was a customer. Nice. And so I knew the product line pretty much inside and out, and our product line has gone way different now. But we're a company that does as much as we can to be able to help people use our wire that we
Yes.
manufacture.
Yeah.
And that's number one. But then we also we purchased artistic wire.
Yeah.
We have another brand of wire as well, Colorcraft. Beadalon's just number one, a great company to work for and a great company to be a customer of too.
Yeah.
We really push the DIY jewelry industry.
Yes.
We're out there. We like to be seen. We like people to use our products. We like people to help us with our products. So. Yeah. Beadalon's just I can't say enough about the company. So
yeah, well, I'm in complete agreement with you, and I just love your social media presence, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram. I love these interactive challenges. Yeah, just a wonderful brand, and also the supplier of our $500 prize of wires and tools. So this is exciting, and this is where we're at now, is choosing the winner of that prize. This week's theme is work of art. And this week, it feels like a full circle to me, because the original inspiration for Live Wires for the Win was from a reality TV show that Patricia and I used to watch called Work of Art. And it was also an elimination style challenge where artists were given themes every week to create all kinds of different, sculptures, installation, and gallery shows. So I feel it's very, very fitting that the theme this week is work of art. This week's participants were invited to be inspired by an artist or a work of art of their choice. So without further ado, let's go ahead and meet this week's finalists. First, we have Tim, and Tim writes, for this week's theme, I decided to end the competition like I started and do a multifunctional piece that can be both sculpture and jewelry. There is a stand that has 3 different pendants to change up the look anytime you want, and also a removable bail to use if you want to wear it as a necklace. This style is loosely based on my favorite sculptor, Henry Moore, the main influence being his use of negative space. That is why the majority of my jewelry I make is never a really solid piece, but has voids to help them look almost fluid, or should I say, give them a nice flow. So I'm going to start with Tim's today. And I love that Tim kind of went full circle and went back to one of his earlier designs, which is a multifunctional piece. He really nailed the design. It's a beautiful design, very well constructed. I love that Tim uses more massive wire, the thicker wires, but yet he's woven in like a thinner gauge to give it a little bit more pattern and a little bit more movement. He definitely nailed the theme, work of art, which is influenced by an artist that he appreciates. I could definitely see it looks very sculptural, like the Henry Moore pieces that are basically abstracted human forms. With he's known for having like empty spaces and cutout pieces out of them. So especially the one with the 2 beads, to me, it looks like it almost looks like a mother-child. Maybe it's my perception of the piece, but I see those little beads almost as heads, and with sort of like the curvature of the back. And I mean, could be my interpretation, but you definitely can interpret them as being human-like forms in a way. And also the way he has the piece hanging on the stand, it almost looks like a museum piece. When you go into a museum and they have these ancient, pieces of jewelry from the pyramids, and they're on these little stands like that in the glass case, it really makes me feel that this is a museum piece. And so I think everything about it really screams work of art. So just that it's a monochromatic piece reminds me of like a marble or a bronze sculpture. So yeah, very cool piece. Love the design. And I would totally wear those pendants as well. Yeah, very fun. And Patricia, what did you think of Tim's piece?
I really loved his work this week. Even the stand itself was a beautiful little work of art, and the fact that it displays the pendants, I really like that. So that's something I would buy and put on my dresser, and then I could look at the choice of pendants and go, which one do I feel like wearing today? And you could see them. And the
Yes.
stand is beautiful too. And yeah, all the pieces were very consistent in the silver and the thickness of the wire and the little black beads. Yeah, so again, his work, this piece was really, to me, sophisticated and polished and really high class, I would, say. I really, really love this piece.
Nice. And Wyatt, what did you think of Tim's piece?
Well, I obviously I couldn't see it real close. I would love to see the piece in person because of the technical aspect of it. I really was very happy to hear that there were no marks or anything on the wire. So that tells me that this artist knows what he's doing and he's very careful. I'm sure, I don't know how much time they had to do this, but it's
about
really
5 days. Yeah.
5 days. Yeah. So there was enough time so that he could take the time and make sure that everything was set the way that he envisioned it. And you can tell because the design is so well designed that when it comes together, and he did all of the beautiful wire wrapping, and some people call that, it's the same as a weed. It's called sumac.
Oh, yes,
So,
okay.
a lot of wire artists call that joining together with cold, connection with wire, sumac. So the sumac with the larger wires is tough.
Mm-hmm.
So he gets lots of kudos from me for the precision that he used in the larger wires.
Yeah.
Monochromatic, I don't do much of that, but I can certainly see that he's got that extra bit of talent that makes his monochromatic look like monochromatic is supposed to look. So
Yes.
lots of check marks for this guy. I'd love to meet him. I have not heard of him. So it was a real treat to see that piece, that series of pieces.
Yes.
And of course, with a display item that comes with it that just matches, that's top notch in my book.
Yeah. No, Tim does beautiful work. He actually has a new YouTube channel that he does tutorials as well. And yeah, he's very passionate. And when Tim goes on an idea, he goes nuts with it. Like he'll just do a whole series of it. And so, yeah, I can see how he's going to pursue like this and do more of these pieces. I think they're wonderful and definitely very marketable as well.
Agreed.
For sure. Next, we have Peggy. So Peggy writes, the artists who inspired me were famous painters who are my favorite. The first one I thought of was Vincent van Gogh, A Starry Night. Second was Edward Munch, The Scream, and Bob Ross. I couldn't just pick one Bob Ross. I just kept hearing his voice say, happy little trees. In my wire piece, I had the screaming person on the bridge with a little water and waterfall on the other side. On the opposite of the person, happy little trees and cute little bushes. Then the top, I crocheted all the swirls and sewed them into the crocheted sky. There's little bursts of stars around the swirl and the beautiful sunshine. I made an easel to stand it up and a paint palette with a little brush. So Patricia, how would you like to start with Peggy's?
Yeah, it really did bring to mind painting done with wire for many reasons. It's using the square format of a frame, and she has included the cute little details of the palette. And I liked her influences, her artistic influences. Yeah, I really liked her variety of techniques. She used so many different techniques in this, and her use of color was very beautiful. I guess the one thing I felt was because it was representative of a painting, I would have liked to have seen the sides being straight, like maybe heavier wire, like a frame, maybe 4 joined pieces. Yeah, so I felt that took away a little bit from the design of this piece being like a painting, but it's very beautiful.
Nice. Yeah, I see what you mean about, I didn't even notice actually that the shape was a little off until you mentioned it. It's funny when other people say things, then you like
Yeah.
perceive it a little more for sure. And Wyatt, what did you think of Peggy's piece?
Well, the idea behind it is just amazing. Um, that is a real difficult thing to pull off. However, what she's done is really very good. I think that maybe something like this maybe would need maybe 10 days
Yeah,
because of the complexity to be
yeah,
able to, as the other judge said, the complexity to lay this down and do it like you do a painting is just really tough. Those of you who have tried to do something like this, it's tough, and even the best of wire workers are going to get some bends that just you just can't make it do the right thing that you want to see. But again, the idea for this is outstanding. I think some of the wire could have been done a little bit different in that making some of the curves be more uniform. I mean, what you can do with a brush and what you can do with like 25 wires, that presents a complication that's very difficult to pull off. But overall, I agree. It's a magnificent piece. This is going to be much harder than I was anticipating, but so far, two very, very good uh, runners up.
yeah, yeah. No, I agree with you. The concept is fabulous. I love the idea of combining three different artists, although I might have, if I were her, might have stuck with two instead of three, but that's just a thought. I just found the Scream figure a little out of place. Maybe could have been slightly less cartoon-like to make it fit more with sort of the art theme. But I love the Bob Ross stuff. I found the Bob Ross section very interesting because Bob Ross is sort of like a formalistic painter. And so I found the trees, because they were so even and perfect, really fit with the Bob Ross style. So that section, really reads as being something very formalistic and how do you say, repeatable type of thing. I like the idea of the Van Gogh sky, and Peggy has used that method before of using crochet to fill in spaces, and I think crochet is a wonderful solution to fill in empty spaces in a wire piece. But the fact that it does get a little messy, sometimes it's hard to read what it is. So I would have loved to see the Starry Night Sky with the Bob Ross landscape, but really have the Starry Night done with more clean lines, like really spirals, like very defined spirals, could be different colors as well. And she has a bit of spiral there, but the spirals are made with crochet, so they don't read as spirals. So I think if she had maybe treated the sky in a similar method to the base with more straight spiral lines, it could have been really magnificent. And I love the idea that it's on an easel, with the palette. I think that's a lovely touch. I think it was a really great touch to have the palette with the colors, repeated in the piece itself. And I agree with you, Wyatt. If she had had maybe 2 weeks to work on this, it definitely could have been much more successful in that sense. But as a piece, I think it's super fun and super cool. So next we have Amber, and Amber writes, I used the classic painting Witches Sabbath by Francesco Goya from 1798. With Halloween right around the corner, I decided to go with something with an occult theme. The main focus of my inspiration is the goat man, the bats flying in the sky, the moon, and the dark, dreary color. So why don't you start with Amber?
Okay. After learning about the actual painting, I think I would have liked to have seen a little more demonic. I know that's really hard to do stuff like that with wire, as we all know. Faces and hands and animals and stuff are it's like, I think, at the top scale of difficulty. I like the piece if it's framed after that amazing painting, which I've actually never seen before. But seeing it makes me think that I would just want the piece to be a little more demonic, and non-parallel wire wrapping stuff is difficult to do. I thought she did a good job at it. But again, I just keep rolling back to I wanted it to be scary, and be something that would reach out and just really grab you. But I've tried to do bats before and they're not fun.
Yeah.
Her bat looks very good though.
Yeah, for sure. Cool. And Patricia, what did you think of Amber's work?
Yeah, I thought the lines, the design of the lines were very nice. Like Wyatt was just saying, the shape of the bat, and just the moon shapes and the goat man demon face in the middle. Yeah, the whole thing had a very nice look, but I felt that the goat man in the center was sort of plain when compared to the two moon shapes on the side, which were very filled in. Yeah, I did love the overall design and the concept for Halloween, and again, such a nice variety of techniques within the within the necklace. And I love the silhouette of the whole thing, how it would hang when you wore it. I think it would look very effective. Just I wanted that goat head to be more filled in, a little more dominant.
Yeah. No, I think we're all having the same perception, because I really felt that the focus of the work could have been more the goat, and like you said, to make him look a little more menacing, a little more scary. And to me, it feels a little bit like Amber might have run out of time, because I know her pieces are usually very intricate and very finished and very detailed. So I'm wondering if maybe she ran out a little bit of time for it. I find the bat is super well done. Like, it's a very lovely design, but it takes away from the goat. So my eye always goes to the bat, and then you kind of lose the goat there. And then with the moon shapes, they almost look like the moons are his horns, but I don't think that's what she intended. So that's a little bit distracting, because in the painting, the horns are very evident. There's like vines around it and stuff. So I think if she had maybe focused a little bit more on the goat itself, it could have been more interesting as a piece. But yeah, the wrapping is lovely. The patina is beautiful. Choice of a few little beads is really pretty. I love that it's a piece that you can wear. Just the chains too. I find the chains are a little distracting. I don't know what it is about the chains, that maybe because they just look like they're there and they're not super functioning. Like the one that the bat's hanging on is functional, but the one underneath the bat, I'm not quite sure what that's for. But maybe she was just playing around with the chains to see, what she could do with them. But yeah, super well made. I just would have loved to see that goat be like a little more creepy. So guys, now comes the fun part where we get to choose our winner for Live Wires for the Win. So this is the person that will become the next top live wire. Yay! Yoo-hoo! And this has been such an amazing challenge, and I'm really excited to see what viewers are going to create as well, because not only do we have our live wires participating for the grand prize, but viewers can participate in the challenge and submit their pictures of their work in the Facebook group, the Y Live Wires for the Win. And for that, we will be having a random draw of people that have done all 8 challenges. Don't worry, we're not going to be judging your work. You can, and it can be simple. You can do a simple pair of earrings, a little piece, whatever you want out of wire that fits the theme. So hop over to the Facebook group to find all the details for that. Patricia, let's start with you. Who is your choice for the next top live wire?
My choice was Tim. His design was just so clean and sophisticated and beautiful, and yeah, I loved it.
Nice. And Wyatt?
It's Tim. It's
Yeah.
definitely Tim.
Yeah.
It's just an amazing piece. I am dying to get much closer to the piece. I hope I get to meet him. I hope I get to touch it and peruse it and take my glasses off so I can see every little nook and cranny.
Yeah.
It was a spectacular piece. You know, I could find absolutely nothing wrong with it. So it just what a fun thing for us to do.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. It's so professionally made. The concept is perfect. It's a true work of art. So congratulations, Tim. You are the next top live wire and the winner of the $500 Beadalon prize. Yes, and thank you everybody for who's been participating. Thank you to Peggy and Amber for making it all the way to the end. Your work has been consistently beautiful and creative all the way along. Congratulations to all the participants who have been sharing their work and who have been part of this inaugural version of Live Wires for the Win. Congratulations to all the viewers who've been sharing work in the Facebook group and who continue to share the work in the Wire Makers Club on Facebook. Thank you, Patricia, for coming every week, even when you were on vacation, to judge.
I really enjoyed it, and I loved seeing all the beautiful work, and I was so impressed by all the contestants.
Oh,
it was hard, you know, hard every week to eliminate someone.
You're right. Yeah, no, definitely very difficult decisions every week. And Wyatt, thank you for coming on. I'm so grateful that you were here. Oh, it was just such an amazing journey, and just very appropriate that you were here for the finale. Yeah, no, I'm very, very happy for that. So thank you, everybody, and we'll see you the next time. Bye.
See you soon. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Live Wires for the Win. Be sure to tune in each week and participate in the challenges on our Facebook event page. If you complete all 8 challenges based on the weekly themes, you will be eligible to win all kinds of great prizes from Beadalon. Details are in the description below underneath the video.